Now, today on the SVU, they're dealing with this little girl here who's being molested, baby. And here's the point, right? By her second mom, right? But at the same time, right? So, an investigation into a near-fatal beating of a 12-year-old boy uncovers a female suspect whose trial becomes about the rights of same-sex parents, right? Now, here the little girl's accusing one of the moms of touching her, right?
I doubt Zoe molested Emma. Why? I told her she did. Emma's description of the abuse was intellectual, not emotional. Kids say that molestation hurts. Emma called it a sin. What do you think about those pictures? Well, a lot of doctors recommend massage for children under stress. I would prescribe it for Emma if she were my patient.
How do you explain Emma's allegations?
Parental alienation syndrome.
I thought PAS was when a couple splits up and the mom brainwashes the kids into thinking the dad's a bastard.
Well, the same thing's happening here, except that it's the grandmother turning Emma against Zoe.
But why would Emma go along with it?
Her grandmother's manipulated her into believing that it's true.
So she used the massages to convince Emma that her mother had done something awful.
It's emotional abuse inflicted by her loving grandmother.
At the very least, it's custodial interference, at most reckless endangerment.
Well, either way, the grandparents still only get a slap on the wrist.
Unless we can prove unlawful imprisonment.
How?
Well, they kept a little girl away from her rightful home by making her lie about being abused.
And the reason that they did that is because Zoe's gay.
Which would make it a hate crime.
Uh-oh.
Deep felony. They could get 7 years.
Arrest them.
Uh-oh. Now it's turning on the grandparents, right?
Oliver and Deborah Boyd, you're under arrest for unlawful imprisonment.
What are you talking about?
You filled Emma's head with lies to keep her away from her mother.
Her mother is dead. Zoe is ruining my granddaughter's life. It's our moral duty to protect her.
Try following me.
See. But see, I told you one of my female cousins has a wife, right?
She'd been molested.
They raised their son together, idiot. I know about this stuff. No, you too.
I didn't hurt her in any way. She's just sad all the time now. Her biological mother just died. It's understandable that she'd be upset. It's not the only reason. She's scared. The other night she woke up crying. She dreamed her mama died and the police had come to take me to jail. She kept calling out for me, but I couldn't hear her.
This is season 7, episode 11, right?
Thank you.
It's called Alien. Right.
How long has Emma been in therapy?
About 6 months. Since some kids at school started making fun of her for having 2 moms.
Emma's been attending St. Victor's for 3 years. Why suddenly a problem?
No one knew about her home situation until recently.
When you insisted on making your presence known in school.
Kate was sick. Emma needed a parent for school functions.
And you needed to make a point. That you were gay, and the school better not discriminate against you.
I didn't think the school would react the way they did.
But when they got angry at your lie, you chose to take them to court.
It was important to take a stand.
More important than Emma's happiness.
No, of course not.
She was so miserable at St. Victor's. Why not enroll her in another school?
Now they also enrolled her in a Catholic school. You know what I mean, right?
You think it's appropriate?
This has real plot twist to it too, right?
I have never.
Well, I've seen it before. Watch it. That's what I'm doing. I'm promoting the show for educational reasons, right?
If I had it to do again, I would have taken her out of that place.
But you didn't. And because of you, John Hamill will never walk again.
See, ignorance and violence go hand in hand when you're stupid. And you want to hurt people, right?
I made a mistake.
For no reason. But what do you think Satan taught Adam, right? Violence, rape, incest, right? He was with his wife and him, right? Damn. Don't you get it, right? What causes shame? Biting into a piece of fruit? No. Sex with the devil. Dumbass, right? Because you shame. Don't get.
Better.
rolling out to deliver.
And you know you could. That's the worst
Yes.
point. It is.
And here's another guy. Help your loved ones with a funeral or other financial.
But see, the woman he did how nicely, sweetly, gently, but it's still right. Why? Right? It's to get Adam right.
Pardon me, I'm curious. How can I learn more about this popular?
See, rape is about power, not sex. I know, right?
And learn.
It's the seduction of Eve that's also the rape of Eve. I know this. Right.
Day
Whoops.
and lonely.
Oops.
I can't say.
What are we doing?
Happy Christmas, Harry. Happy Christmas, Ron.
Even after her mom got sick, Emma was always a happy girl. Then suddenly, about 8 months ago, she wasn't.
What changed?
She was scared and lonely. Zoe was either at work or at the hospital. Emma's brother had to walk her home from school every day.
But what is consent? What is unconsent? Age matters too. I know it does.
Like it. That's when she made Kate write her will.
She made Kate write her will?
Kate was getting sicker and sicker, and sometimes she didn't even recognize us. Zoe wanted to make sure she got sole custody of Emma.
Mrs. Boyd, did you persuade Emma to make false allegations against Zoe?
No. I saw Emma with...
That's lying on the sand. That's lying on the sand, right?
That's
Thank you.
She's lying. She's lying.
Mrs. Boyd, can you read the signature at the bottom of your daughter's will right next to where it says witness? Ray Monahan. So, Kate's ex-husband thought she was lucid enough to co-sign her will. Kate wasn't thinking clearly. She didn't want to hurt
But
Zoe.
it's
She wasn't
opinion
best home
she's
for
trying to
Emma.
make a
Best
fact,
home
right?
to
You know what I
best
mean, right?
sexual home.
Objection. Argumentative.
I'll rephrase. Do you think gay people should be allowed to raise children?
Oh.
Ideally, no. I think children should be raised by their father and
And
their
they're
mother.
about that, right?
This is why you made up allegations against
But see,
Emma.
I'm disabled. Do you think you could bring a child into this even? No. But if I had a wife, yeah. Right. But I'm not gay, right? But I don't deny gay rights either. See, that's called agreeing to disagree, but letting them have their own rights too, right? I told you that too,
If
right?
Zoe raises her, what would happen? She will grow up sexually confused, promiscuous, experiment with homosexual relationships. And what makes you think that? I have read studies.
Studies.
Like the one that says that kids raised by gay couples are 48 times more likely to be molested by their parents than kids raised by straight parents. Where did you come across these studies? My attorney showed them to me.
Oh.
Did he show them to you?
Objection. Relevance.
Please answer the question, Mrs. Boyd.
During Emma's trial in family court. So just before you accused Zoe Dunlop of molesting Emma? Yes. What I read made me start looking for clues. Then when we found the photos, we knew we had to ask Emma what was going on. And did Mr. Decker tell you what kinds of questions to ask Emma?
Your Honor, this line of questioning is a direct violation of attorney-client privilege.
Privilege protects the client, not the attorney, Your Honor.
Uh-oh.
I'll allow it.
You allow it.
Go ahead, Mrs. Boyd.
But you go to trial for murder, rape,
He said,
assault,
children often deny being abused. Sometimes they have to be led.
but the child can't come here without a way. I know.
That's not just outrageous, it's criminal.
I offered
And that's an age thing, right?
That's all.
Mr. and Mrs. Boyd never would have accused Zoe Dunlop of molesting Emma had it not been for Mr. Decker.
That's enough. Counsel approach.
Really?
This Novak has absolutely no basis for these allegations.
And Mr. Decker has a history of representing straight clients fighting custody battles with gay exes.
So I get slated for choosing who I want to represent.
You fed your clients anti-gay material before custody was even an issue because you were gearing up for a fight. That means you conspired to keep Emma away from Zoe. That means you committed a hate crime.
That's ridiculous. Not to mention you can't prove any of it.
Mr. Decker, at the very least, this is a serious breach of ethical conduct. I have no choice but to remove you as counsel and declare a mistrial.
But I've done seen this. What I'm trying to point out is all this manipulation. Okay, from straight people to gay people and gay people to straight people. See, what does choice mean, right? If you make a choice, right or wrong, and it's consensual, right, that's not the problem. I know. The problem is when someone changes their mind, even halfway through, that's up to them, right? Right. That's what I'm telling you Satan did, right, with Adam in the first place, right? I know. Do you understand, right? Now, like I said, you can eat all day long and that don't make you naked and ashamed. When sex can always make you ashamed, right? But why don't you want to face that truth, right? See, if I'm not making the girl ashamed of what we did, she don't feel I violated her, even if you did, right?
The American Psychological Association for misrepresenting.
And she's got to feel I violated her, not you, not you.
The National Association of Social Workers both agree.
Did I, baby? No.
Are just as healthy as kids raised in stray homes.
Why would Mr. Decker lie to us?
To further his agenda, he wanted to use you and Emma as an example of the damage homosexuality is doing to society.
Right.
All we wanted was to protect Emma.
And it's bias.
Casey, Zoe wants to speak to you.
Emma, I'm gonna wait outside, okay?
I want to know why they're here.
We're going to testify against Mr. Decker.
Zoe, we're so sorry. We were only trying to do what we thought was best for Emma. I don't believe you. James Decker took advantage of them. The same way he took advantage of Emma. No, it would be hard to forgive them. It's not gonna happen. Zoe, please. She's my granddaughter. And she's my daughter.
But then it's about forgiveness too, right?
Against me. You convinced her I was a child molester. How can I ever trust you again?
But see, whatever you're into, that's the point. But even gay people don't want to be raped, you know what I mean, right? Into doing something they don't want to do. Nobody does, right?
Are considered especially heinous.
Not by straight people who, if you rape someone, you're gay, right? By the way, right? Especially if it's the same sex, right? If you rape a woman, that's about power, not the sex, but it's still sexual, right? You can't deny that either, right? When an 8-year-old girl is kidnapped on her way home from school, DNA test on the blood found in the abductor's abandoned van reveals she has leukemia, right? And this is called Blast, right? It's season 7, episode 13, right? Now, ignorant Southern folk. I was on you. But this is why. Love don't look at sex, gender, bond or free, rich or poor. It only loves. But good and evil looks at all that, right? To the point it starts hating it, right? When you hate something, you try to destroy it, but you don't realize you're not perfect either, so you're also destroying yourself, right? You're destroying your brother or sister because they want sex with a different person than the traditional idea of sex, right? But who showed us that? The devil? The devil. But was it to help us or hurt us? It was to hurt us. It was to hurt us, right? It was to confuse us, right? He is the author of confusion, Sheena Johnson. You're right. You're right. But he confuses you too about sex, right? Yeah. We can all be confused about sex, right? It's the point, right? It's fun to do, right? Or it can be a miserable thing too, right? But like George Michael says, not everybody does it, but everybody should. Come on. But it's your choice. That's what that means too, right? See, you still choose your partner. You still choose who you love. You still feel feelings for someone who actually shows feelings towards you, right? I don't know I'm with somebody to protect whoever it is, right? Because, see, I'm flooded out suddenly. I don't know why. I don't know what. I ain't done that to myself, right? That's sabotage, right? Someone knows something's going on, right? I don't know the full detail of what's going on, but they're trying to stop it by force, and they don't understand why it's not working because I'm doing the right thing. They're not, right? I keep telling them that too. If you're doing something wrong, I can be punished too. But if I'm doing the correct thing, you can't punish me by your will, by force even, right? Like with Jesus, they threw all their force at him, and he survived the cross, right? I can survive worse than him, he said, right? I will do greater works than him in the name of love. In the name of love. One more in the name of love. See, if you're doing something in the name of love, right? Like you two pointed out, one man come in the name of love. One man come and go. But he was more than a man too. See, he had to think on the sense of love first, right? To teach men how to love again, and women. But how quickly they forgot the message, right? Within 300 years, Constantine tried to change everything and succeeded, but mainly, right? And for 1700 years, we're still in that doctrine, right? And we don't want to learn better again, right? So again, one man has come in the name of love again, right? Trying to show you the truth, right? See, that's the point. You can't snuff out someone who really loves you more than you love yourself, right? And I know you hate it, but you're hating mine, right? Because you're just judging right or wrong, good or evil, right? But are you trying to find her to bring her to me or end it all or what? But that's the point, right? See, I don't know who my wife is. I just know she might have dreamed of since I'm heaven and I see a throne, right? Maybe she's seen a footstool in the woods or something, right? You know what I mean? In a clearing, right? Another Shane. Another Edward, another Lee, and another Lee, you know. See, Edward is two names. It's actually Ed and Word, or Ward, or Ward. And I'm teaching you to ward off evil, right? Through love, But see, you mean you don't like their form of love. You don't like that they're male with male. Nor did Satan, right? But he didn't do it to make them sexual and be gay, right? Adam or Eve. He did it to make them hate this kind of sex, right? And natural sex, you see what I mean? Right? To confuse them, not help them, right? God said become one flesh to Adam and Eve, of course, right? That's a natural reproductive way, right? But now we're at 8 billion, right? That's what I mean. Consider them eunuchs who have sex with the same sex, right? Right. Who can adopt children instead of making the babies, right? And then what? Right? Raise them, hopefully, in love. And if the child, when they reach 18 or 16 or whatever age it is, has the same choice as any other child, right? That's what that study hits, right? Right. And you're being, what's the word? Biased? See, the truth is, gay people have more to lose to molest a child than straight people, right? And more straight people, right? Like her stepdad, right? Actually molested her, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't, my stepdaughter, but that's because I'm not that crazy, right? To think I can even get away with it. I know better. I know she was already pissed off, so if I touch her daughter, I'm screwed. I probably wouldn't wake up that morning, right? And I would feel guilty enough, you know what I mean? Right. But if I'm doing something and I don't feel bad about it, or the girl's wanting to be with me, what's the problem there? Mm-hmm. We're thrusting her somehow, right? And she's finding a way to get to me still, right? And you don't want me to know still, right? But see, it could have been leaking since a certain time, right? Now, of course, you don't notice it until it's a puddle, right? No. It's called a commentary to educate you in something that the show is doing this show for, too, right? See, this is called agreeing with them in that point of it, even though I'm straight, right? It don't make me gay, right, itself, right? But it does mean I understand